Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network. Happy Friday to all. Friday means prop party. That's right. We're going to talk props, touchdowns, parlays, build a lotto for week 14. I can't believe it's already week 14, the last week of best ball regular season. And then we see who makes the playoffs. So with that, Tyler, how are you feeling week 14? How are you doing today? And how are you feeling week 14?
I'm feeling good. I mean, just telling Steve before the show, me personally, I'm at that point in the NFL year where it's like, I'm ready for best ball playoffs. I'm ready for actual football playoffs.
Yeah.
Kind of get burnt out with the regular season, but we're here. We're still going to find some winners. I think I found us one that's a little off the market on a certain book, getting about a 4-yard game edge on this one book. So we'll talk about that when we get the props, but I think we found some winners.
Okay, I like that. I hear what you're saying, but you know me, Tyler. Like I would literally watch what's like one of the worst games this weekend's like Titans Browns. I would watch Titans Browns every day of the week than another sport. That's just my obsession of NFL and honestly the fall college, just football season. But I get what you're saying. So excited for best ball playoffs. So excited for real playoffs. I think we're gonna have fun real playoffs. It just feels like more parity this year. I feel like we're gonna have a really fun NFL playoff. So I totally get what you're saying, but I just don't ever want the NFL season to end. That's the problem. But Steve, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about week 14, which is big for the best ball bags?
Yeah, I mean, doing good. I was telling Tyler before the show, like I feel like there's a couple games we can really target, and then there are some of these like ugly games or situations like I mentioned to Tyler. Like normally with about 30 other quarterbacks, I would love Justin Jefferson against this Washington defense, but it's JJ McCarthy, and I'm just so sad. Like I just want a few better situations to exploit some of these weak defenses. But yeah, we'll find some interesting ways to target.
Absolutely. Let me say hi to, of course, our loyals in the chat. Mike, Rob, today feeling like a shout matching day. No, we're not. Didn't talk to him about it, and we're not. Usually we are, even if we don't talk about it. I'm feeling like winter, like it snowed. It's so light. It's like like a dusting, but it snowed, and I still had to like put boots on to walk the dog. So I'm cranky. So I have like a big comfy, cozy, like Sherpa, brown Sherpa on. And Steve's got his Penguins gear on, Tyler. So are you a Pens fan, Tyler?
I mean, I guess I could say yes, but I don't really follow hockey. Like
so
when they have their good
Steelers, then I'm guessing Pirates, then Pens.
To be honest, I mean, Pirates might be one, Meg. They might suck, but like
really, okay.
I can't stand the Steelers. Like.
I guess I was going by sport that you cared about. Like, okay, gotcha.
I see what you're saying. I mean, but when the Penguins are good and there's something to invest in there and watch, like, of course I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. Like when they've made their Stanley Cup runs, it's like those postseason runs. I watched all of those.
Yeah.
I'm not watching. Like, say, I don't even know if they play tonight. So if they play tonight, I have no idea.
Do they play tonight, Steve?
I actually don't know. Until football season is done, I don't really watch much NBA or NHL.
Yeah, that's how I am. I get into college basketball and a little bit of, not really NBA anymore, but college basketball I'll pay attention to, but not a second before the Super Bowl. So I'm with you there. We got our guy JV in here, who of course new intro is coming next week. Bruni told me. So thanks to Jamie, obviously made the Degen Dad's intro and a special little Christmas surprise we'll have the week of Christmas, courtesy of Jamie, that Bruni's going to be working on too. So we appreciate Mike Rob bringing the data and sheets. Now has a spot on our Discord with that to point out like matchups. Jamie just bringing these bangers for us here on the Fanspeak Network. We appreciate you. Hulk mashed potatoes. Hey. We appreciate you as well. Happy Friday. All right. There's no time to waste. Tyler has a hard out at 5:30. So let's get right into it. Let's talk props. All right, it's prop time. We're gonna talk props, touchdowns, build our lotto in case Tyler has to get out of here, and then Steve and I can talk a couple other parlays we like. Maybe we'll talk about, I don't know who we're praying for. I'm devastated that Roma Dunze isn't playing this week, so maybe we go to some other Bears props because I need him in best ball. But happy that Higgins is playing. I hope that game what do you think? Okay, quick before we get into props. I know we said props, but Tyler, over under on the Bills Bengals game. I think over, and I'm hoping for over. What do you think?
I think we're getting it over. I think
I know. What's the
was it
updated weather?
was it
'Cause-
last year we got the Bills-Lions game where Josh Allen just
Yeah.
nuked it this time of
Oh,
the
that
year?
was like
I think there's a chance we
that was
see
like
that
42,
again.
45. Yeah.
I
But
think
that was
there's a
in the
chance
that
we
was
get
in the
another one.
dome, and that was in the dome though. That's the only
Yeah,
problem.
but the defenses that are going to be on the field,
Yeah.
I don't think weather's going to, unless it is just terrible weather. I don't think
I'm
it's
getting the
gonna
Kevin Roth
look bad.
update right now. Pretty good chance for snow. Temp around 30s. I guess in Buffalo that feels warm.
The only thing
Light.
that matters, what's the wind?
Yeah, it says light winds. Again,
That's
it may look worse on TV than it actually is for the offenses. It will be somewhat impactful, is what he says.
that's
Says
fine.
it will be
As long as
impactful,
that
but
ball's not getting pulled across the field by the wind,
yeah.
There could be 6 inches of snow falling from the sky every 3 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's like a big snowfall. It just sounds like there's gonna be some snow during the game. But yeah, I don't think. What do you think? Over or under, Steve?
I think over. I just think both teams have a lot to play for. The Bengals beating the Ravens last week and the Steelers losing, division's still possible for them. And then Buffalo, the wild card, they're fighting for a wild card. I mean, division long shot, but they're fighting for a wild card. And there's unfortunately they didn't do themselves favors losing to like the Texans a couple weeks ago. So
no, I think that's going to be fun, real life, and kind of like last night, except didn't fully get there because the passing offenses didn't get there. But I think it's going to be both fun, real life, and fun, like fantasy / props and stuff like that. We got Kicks in here. Had to take 14-year-old dog, puppy, for a walk before hopping in here. Good to see you, Kicks. Happy Friday to you as well. Okay, props. I'll let you go first, Tyler. What are you eyeing up in week 14?
You just want me to give my 3 that I have?
Yeah. That's a good. Let's just whoop around here. Do that.
We'll start with my favorite one. You can get this number on BK. It is around 18 or 19 and a half across other books I've looked at, and that's Trevor Lawrence over 14 and a half rushing yards. He's been running a lot more. He's ran 5, 5, 9, and I believe 4 in his last 5. There's one game with 3 in there, and that was last week. They played the Titans. They won 25-3. No point for him to run the football. He still went over this number in that game. Now he's going to play the Colts in a game where they're both pretty much tied for the division. Yeah, the Jags are technically in first, but win this game, you are solely in first. They are not right on you to steal a division, to where if you have an upset game, they're just right there to overtake you again. So I think he uses his legs. It's been one of his better weapons recently. And I think the Colts won't be able to, they'll be able to catch him, but I think they'll pressure him a little bit to where he will run. At 14 and a half, I think that's a very good number. So I'll take the over there.
Okay, I like that one. I'm writing down what I didn't already have, which I didn't have that one, and I like that. So,
and
go ahead.
My next one, my next 2 are both in the Baltimore and the Steelers games. Give me Isaiah Likely over 26 and a half receiving yards. You seen what he just did on Thanksgiving? He's cleared this number in 3 out of his last 4 against the Steelers. The Steelers have a very, very bad habit of putting these old safeties and these old linebackers on these faster tight ends. I guarantee he finds a spot on the field where you see him running, and he's all of a sudden 5 yards away from the guy that's supposed to be covering him because he can't keep up. And it's all going to depend on if Lamar can hit him with the football. If the same Lamar that showed up last week, hopefully not, but for our sake, he can actually put the ball in his hands and keep it in his hands. But I think he gets over that 26 and a half. And I think his number's adjusted a little wrong. Derrick Henry over 81 and a half. Give me that up to 100. Even if he has a slow first half and say he goes into that halftime with like 30 or 40 yards, this defense for the Steelers is going to be on the field the majority of the game. They will be tired by the second half. You have seen it game in and game out this year. They might be able to stop the run a little bit in the first half. The second half is where they start to leak. And that's where Derrick Henry will break the big one for 40 to 50 yards. And I think that's going to push him over that number. So give me the over 81 and a half on him too.
I like that. I think, whatever, obviously Lamar's dealing with multiple injuries, and I think they're going to have to lean on Big Dog. You always want to lean on Big Dog in December. Mike Robb probably liked your likely because he said in the data sheet, which posts on Discord, of course, if you are not a Substack sub, link in the description, join our Substack. Only $34.99 for an entire year. Then come over to Discord, chat with us. Mike Robb will drop some fun nuggets from his data sheet. Isaiah Likely has scored touchdowns, I believe, in the last 3 games against the Steelers, either the last 3 games or last 3 years, which would be 6 games. I think last 3 games against the Steelers. So he probably likes your Isaiah Likely call. So it was Lawrence rushing, Likely over receiving, Henry over rushing. I like all those. So yeah, I like all those. So Steve, before I get to you, let me say a quick hi to the chat. Kix mentions Chase Brown over 70 rushing yards. I think that is very live against the Bills. So I like that one a lot. And then I think this is supporting that pick. Someone mentioned, or someone posted how the Bengals blocking has been much better recently. We got Coolers in here who, if you didn't catch it, Coolers did an awesome job. Guested in for on Wednesday night's Underdog Live draft show with Andrew. Did an amazing job. Have to have you back on, Coolers. You were awesome, and I can tell why you're winning so many underdog tournaments and crushing the underdog streets. Super sharp guy. Happy end of the week. That's right. Happy Friday, Coolers. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, he totally killed it in the stream there. And then we got DJ Quill in here. Happy Friday to you as well. Okay, yeah, Mike Rob's giving me the likely data. All three home games played for likely against the Steelers touchdown. Okay, so that is what it was, and he got it. So yeah, touchdown, his over. I like it. Now on to you, Steve, if you just want to give a few in a row, and then I'll give a few in a row.
Yeah, and actually one of mine, and I'll just start with it, is based on kind of what Kix said, Chase Brown, and you can do a rushing. I'm going to do rushing receiving. You can get this on DraftKings. You can get a start game plus money at 80. 80 is plus 104. You can obviously take it up 90, 100. Even last week in a blowout game with P. Ryan back, and yes, P. Ryan gets more work than we all want, but he had 110 plus yards, and that was in a blowout game. And the Bills are obviously much worse run defense, so you can approach it just on the running side. But I don't mind doing the rush receiving just in case game script, turns it that way. I have two quarterback props.
Oh, you're going to steal mine. I had quarterback prop. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm going to steal yours. My first one is one that burned me last week, but I'm going right back to it. And that's Matt Stafford, 3 touchdowns. I think he's pissed. I think the Rams are pissed. I think the Cardinals
too.
Yeah, half their defense and offense is out, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Rams are just going to get pissed and put up big numbers. I like the three passing touchdowns. First and foremost for Stafford, he should have had last week, had the pick in the end zone. So I feel good about that. Next one, I was debating between a couple of different quarterbacks here, but I wanted to settle on another quarterback, and I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield, 220 passing yardage. You can get plus money at 230. You can take it up to 240. Godwin's looking better, and Buka on. Still not going to get Evans or McMillan back. But I think this team, they have a lot to play for, especially with the Panthers getting that win last week against the Rams. It's at home, Saints. Baker always talks about how much he hates the Saints. So I really like that number a lot. And then I have a couple receiving props. First one, I will take advantage of the Roma Dunze news. And I'm going to go, and I just don't think the Bears are going to run for 250 combined yards again. So I'm going to go with Luther Burden. I think that he's been more and more involved as the season has worn on, and especially now with Roma Dunze out. He's also going to be the guy toughest for the Packers to defend, because they get just a lot of different screens and different things they can do with him. He's a very versatile receiver. So 40 plus on DraftKings now is minus 112. 50 plus, I don't mind. 60 plus even. Plus 195 if you go up to 60 plus. So you're getting some good plus odds just because he hasn't really done it yet, but we know the talent is there. Next receiver I'm going to give out is I'm going to go Cortland Sutton, 50 plus, minus 104, 60 plus, plus 151. I like those numbers against the Raiders. It does sound like Max Crosby is going to play, but he's about the only good defender on the Raiders. As much as we're seeing RJ Harvey getting utilized more, and he's stealing touchdowns for sure, he's not running well. So I still think Denver has to succeed through the air in this matchup. I know this was a dud a couple weeks ago on a Thursday, but I think, that
was a rough Thursday game.
Yeah. But I still like Sutton the best. Denver can be a little bit wonky on how they approach it, but I still like Sutton overall the best. And then my next receiver prop, or it's actually a tight end, and that is Tyler Warren for the Colts.
Yeah, I like that. You got a good matchup.
Really good matchup. 60 plus yards you have to go to for plus money, but I don't mind it. I think he is just, he's like their number 2 target on this team. And sure, Alec Pierce can get there, Michael Pittman can get there, but Warren's just the guy I feel the best with. I don't mind the other tight end in this matchup. Bretton Strange, he's gotten really good usage in his 2 weeks back.
Both tight end matchups are great. Colts and Jags, great matchups for both. So
yeah, my lean though is on the Warren side, but I probably will be betting both sides of it.
Yeah. All right. I like those a lot. Some wrote them down because again, check out the link for our Substack. Everything we land on that we're betting individually, we will put in our Substack send out on Saturday, as well as parlays. I'm going to update. We've just been busy behind the scenes with some other projects, but I'm going to be updating our individual units and what our record is. And then parlays last night hit another individual bet, Dak over his passing, and then hit the main Substack parlay. It was like, plus 330. But it was nice to see one get home because we've had so many lost by legs, including the Thanksgiving Day Lotto and the Thanksgiving Cowboys Chiefs. So it was fun to get a parlay home. So again, we'll set out bets, send out parlays, link in the description. Check out our Substack. It's so cheap, and you're getting a year round for best ball DFS and betting, and of course underdog dailies too. So and of course, one other thing I have to mention, if you're watching on Twitter, come over to the YouTube streets, say hi like everybody here is in chat. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, and if for some reason you haven't subscribed to the Fanspeak Network, you want to keep locked in for all the content in season, DFS, underdog dailies, bets. But then best ball season will be here before you know it. And then we'll be sweating out the best ball playoffs starting next week. So lots of exciting stuff. All right, Steve, I liked all those looks. I'll go through mine quickly because I want to be able to build a lotto here with Tyler. So my first one is Burrow 260. Buffalo is not getting pressure. Burrow is just a maniac when he's not pressured. They have such a high pass rate over expectation, and now he has both his guys back, Higgins and Chase. I love, you can go Chase Higgins too. I'm obviously going to build a parlay for the Bengals game and kind of like leaning into what you guys were talking about, potentially Steelers Ravens and potentially the Jags Colts, these divisional games. But Bengals, Bills, definitely building a parlay, starting with 260. Burrow is the one I like the absolute most. 2 running backs, they're big monster lines, but I love what they are doing. They're going to be priorities for me in DFS. That's James Cook, rush receiving 120, and Chase Brown. We talked about that already. Achane 90 plus. He's just been a machine. And actually not going to rush receiving because he didn't get any receiving last week. And the last time in this matchup, he only got 1 reception. So just rushing for Achane, 90 plus rushing yards. Now let's go down to some more attainable lines. And that is Christian Watson, 60 plus yards. He got it to us, our prop on Thanksgiving, actually got our piece of the lotto that we almost hit on Thanksgiving with 80. I like going back to Christian Watson here. Jordan Love, should have a decent matchup here. And while, I believe the rookie Golden is back this week, right, Steve?
I believe that's what
he's not soaking up that much target share. So Watson is obviously the downfield guy too. So Christian Watson 60
One thing about that one, I know you brought up Golden. What about Reed? Isn't he back too?
Is he back, Steve? I didn't think.
They're both listed as questionable. From what I'd seen from Packers beat reporter, Golden's ahead, but I don't know if Reed's going to be back or not.
Okay. Well, before we land on anything, obviously, because I was on CBS Sportsline, gave out JMO yesterday thinking there was like a 5% chance that Amon-Ra would play, then sweating my ass off for JMO's prop, which he did go over, well over, actually got 97 yards. So that was nice, but that was more of a sweat than I intended because I thought Amon-Ra was going to be out. So yes, pay attention to news on that. And then you mentioned Warren. I still like the Indy receivers in that game, especially Alec Pierce downfield, 60 plus yards. So, but if you'd rather go Pittman, you could do that as well. Let me get to chat, and then we are going to build a lotto so Tyler can get out of here on time because I love building a lotto, the 3 of us each week. So let me catch up here. Oh yeah, Eddie was saying he was going to sign up. He's in the Discord with us, but now he's official. He's an official Substack member. Love to see it, Eddie. Love to see it. You're going to be getting emails from us basically every day, sometimes twice a day. Hulk Mashed Potatoes says Bullard might be out too, the slot corner versus Burden. That's interesting. So Cooler said, I'd like to speak to a manager about George Pickens. Yeah, that was brutal for the best ball bags last night. So frustrating to watch. And, obviously his, lack of effort sometimes was so infuriating, especially after Lamb went out. That was rough. 380 yards, 380 yards from Dak, and you can't even get 40. Yeah, seriously, that was wild. Who got like a ton? Was it Flournoy? Yeah. Mike Grubb saying Pickens, someone gets targets and yards he could only dream about in Pittsburgh, then checks out mentally good. That was absolutely wild. Jamie getting some bars from his banger, which again, can't wait. Bruni will have the new open ready next week. Cannot wait. And Hulk Massachusetts says, if Reed plays, I like his ATD. Yeah, we're going to pump up those bags. Let's have a great week 14, Eddie. And let's start having a great week 14 by building the lotto right now, the three of us. And Steve and I will talk touchdowns and other parlays, maybe a parlay for that, but Bengals game or anything. So Tyler, we each push the hell out of a leg and have some fun with the lotto. I'll look for a boost. I'll price it out. But what are you eyeing up as the guy that you think has a massive day Sunday and goes way past his line?
I'm going to take Derrick Henry up to 100. Get about plus 200 on that.
Okay. There you go. He knew the man knew what he was doing. He had a plan. Am I on rushing? No, I was on rush receiving. Let me go to rush receiving. I'm just pricing out on DraftKings again. I'll price it out and then, add whatever boosts are available and all the good things here. So Derrick Henry, a hundo, got that. Steve, what is the line that you are pushing this week?
So I'm debating the Luther Burden and pushing that, but I think it's underpriced. Chase Brown, 100 plus rush receiving plus 237. To me, that's easily attainable. Again, he did it. He sailed past that last week in a blowout game against, I think, a better defense, especially against the run. And he's just looking so much better. And even with P. Ryan back, he has hit this line the last 3 weeks. I know P. Ryan missed 2 of those weeks, but yeah, I feel really good about Chase Brown in this matchup.
All right. Yet again, is the last one here. I'm going to let you guys decide. And, one other one I didn't mention is, we know the Josh Allen hero mode stuff. I don't know how much. I actually heard him in an interview talking about like when he runs more and it's against like man coverage. And obviously 3rd, 4th quarter, when the game's on the line, he goes into Superman mode. So I'd either say Josh Allen rushing, Burrow passing. Don't know if we'd get correlated or uncorrelated boosts with the Chase Brown, probably more some uncorrelated. And then the other one I was thinking about was Pierce or Watson, just like a bomb, a big bomb type threat. So what do you guys like best out of those?
That's tough.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the Josh Allen rushing.
Yeah, I don't like his rushing unless it's in like big game spots. It's almost like they sat him down and told him, like, your legs are a very good weapon, but we need you there at all times. Those legs aren't to be used unless they are absolutely needed to.
Right. Yeah. I just put in Burrow 300 and it gets like 27-1 or something like that. So there's probably a little correlation. I thought there would maybe be anti-correlation with the rush receiving, but let me double check that. It's like around
29-1 on FanDuel with those.
Okay, so it is better on FanDuel. Okay, so that's viable. I probably like that one the best. The other one I was thinking about was pushing Pierce because he can just get, bombs. So it's either going to be Pierce or Burrow. I'll you. What do you think, Tyler? Who do you like better?
I'd rather go Burrow.
Yeah, I think Burrow's going to have he's going to have a time against that. You don't get that much more with like pushing Pierce to 80 or anything like that. So let's do it. It's got a little correlation there. I think that'll be a fun 1 p.m. only sweat here during the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bengals, Bills here. Let me put this in. What did you say is 29-1 on FanDuel?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look for some kind of boost then too. And then we'll of course put it in Discord. Why can I not find it now? Yeah. So just to read it off again, it is 300 Burrow, 100 Chase Brown rush receiving, and 100 Derrick Henry. we're 29 to 1 on FanDuel, and see if there's any boost or anything fun like that. So that is fun. Again, we will post that in Discord. But this is always my favorite part of the prop party. Steve and I will still talk touchdowns and parlays before we get out of here. But any final thoughts for the people?
No, I mean, there was just one touchdown. Trevor Lawrence is running one in, and sprinkle the 2 because it's 40 to 1.
Wow. Okay, there you go. There you go.
And then I shall catch you guys next week.
Yeah, catch it. Let's make some money. Love it. See you, Tyler.
See you later.
Have a great weekend. All right, Steve. I still have to do my little intro. Now it's time. I mean, Bernie worked hard on these. Now it's time to talk.
Watch out! He's got getting away from the top speed. Touchdown!
There we go. We're talking touchdowns. Hulk says if Reed plays like his ATD. Okay, I covered that. Cooler said he likes the Chase Brown 2. Wasn't sure to play receiving yards or for a different angle, and that may be an angle too. I think it really just depends game script, but feels like, I mean, Bills are still. I haven't always gotten there with my. I played Gainwell last week, but I think Chase Brown can get there against the Bills. Obviously.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he might have more limited carries if they're behind and chasing, but I mean, even we've seen in games like earlier, and this was with Flacco, but now that Burrow's back, I consider it the same. Like, 11 carries versus Steelers, 108 yards, and 12 versus the Jets, 73 yards. So he's getting he can still get a good portion of that on the ground, even in limited carries. And he's had explosive runs. He's had, since the Flacco and then last week with Burrow, he has at least one run of 15 plus yards in 5 of those games, 4 over 20, including a couple over 30. So against this Bills team that does give up explosive runs, does give up, big yards on the ground, if we think that he's still getting enough passing volume, I think can easily get that 100 total.
Yeah, and I just say, I mean, kind of like we saw yesterday. Yeah, like the whole comment from earlier where I think it was Coolers, but Dak throws for what
380 essentially.
Yeah, 380, and then we don't get much from Pickens. This is 380 yards from Dak, and you can't get 40 from Pickens. That's just wild. But I think we're going to get a lot of yards and points in this Bengals Bills game. I don't think it's going to be a defensive slugfest. I think it's going to be an offensive shootout against two of the best quarterbacks in the AFC and the NFL. So.
And the Bills have been one of the best at limiting passing yards, but a lot of that is who they've played.
I was going to say, yeah.
Like, they just haven't, team and Dolphins beat them, but it was mainly Achane on the ground. Jets, teams like that, and like Texans, they lost that game, but it was the Texans defense that won that game.
Yeah. No, I think if you go through their schedule, I think that is something, and I think also, like Matthew Berry had like a top 10 like things from week 14 that stand out, and it was like the Bills are just not getting pass rush, and and what's his face is out. Help me with the Bosa is out, I believe, right? Yeah. So they're already struggling with pass rush and getting to, causing pressure, and then Bosa's out too. So to me, Burrow is going to have time and both of his weapons back. That's just like so exciting. So all right, Steve, he mentioned Lawrence. Why don't we can go back and forth on this one. Let's each give a few TDs we like.
So the first one I see, DJ mentioned this in chat, Bucky Irving, minus 110 lead running back, in what should be a home favorite, good matchup, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think that's a good number. We saw, yes, White, Tucker will get some work, but Bucky, another week back, like probably, more cementing his lead role. So yeah, big fan of Bucky this week.
I mean, I like all these running backs. So whether you're saying them individually or to put as a little parlay, I like that look a lot. So that makes sense. Selfishly, Steve, this. I have a lot of Rachaad White on teams that kind of need him. So I hope Rachaad White vultures one from Bucky, but maybe they both get one. No, I know that's a long shot for me. Okay, I will go next here. Let me just find the number, and I'm just going to go right back to that game. I'm going to hope that that it's like a theme. Bills, Bengals, points. I talked about it for Dallas, Detroit. We got points. We just didn't get Pickens there, and we didn't get enough passing touchdowns. It was a lot of field goals and rushing touchdowns. So, but I see points in this game, and you get T. Higgins at plus 175, fully cleared. I like that. Chase Brown, by the way, is plus money, plus 115. Love James Cook in that game. Love Jamar Chase in that game, is minus 115. But T. Higgins for me at plus 175 feels fun. Jeff in here, who new Substack member, thanks to Jamie's giveaway, Cook 3 TDs. He's calling it. Boy, that would shake things up in the best ball streets for sure. Like the call out, definitely think it can happen. I think in DFS on both underdog drafts and I think I heard Coolers mention this on underdog drafts. Obviously it's dependent on your draft slot and DFS. Ideally, most of my lineups will have one of Allen or James Cook, because again, if I'm seeing points in this game for the Bills side, it's going to come from one of them. So, Jamie said, yeah, Jeff was going to be a millionaire soon. I like it. All right. What's your next one, Steve?
Yeah. So this market, I feel, is one of the oddest priced ones. And I wanted to talk this out some.
Sure.
I'm glad we have more time. So the Bears Packers, you have Josh Jacobs minus 185. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And everyone else is not just plus money, but they're big plus money. And on the Packers side, if we're assuming Jacobs is getting at least one, if not two, that again makes a little bit of sense. But the Bears have been one of the best offenses the last 10 weeks of the year, of the season. I know the Packers are a good defense. I know, this doesn't have the highest total, but Swift plus 180, Monangai plus 200, DJ Moore plus 230, Luther Burden plus 310, Loveland plus 340.
I don't think they're getting shut out. I think they score 2 or 3 touchdowns. I feel like I'm going to sprinkle on maybe all 5 of those guys, because I like Monangai the best. He's been like the data of like the amount of rushes he gets inside the 5 to 10, is way higher than Swift. So I love it. Plus 200 Monangai. I love that price for him. And I think he got cleared. And also some data that I saw, just like trying to jam my normal weekly research, which I have plenty more to do, is, Packers are giving up a higher yards per before contact than one would think, given that they have mostly been a good run defense. So I kind of like the Monangai and just his role at plus 200. But I think you could sprinkle on all those because someone from the Bears is scoring. So I like that.
And like Hulk mentioned here, Wyatt, one of the Packers' top defensive linemen, is out. So it's like, they're still a very good defense, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like this is mispriced. Definitely like the Monangai side. I think I'm going to do Monangai, and I don't know if I do all 3 rookies, Monangai, Burden, and Loveland, because I feel like you said, they're going to score 2 or 3 touchdowns. Even in a loss, I think they're scoring that many.
Yeah.
And so I just feel it makes a lot of sense. So I might do the 3 rookies. Of course, DJ Moore, you could take it from that aspect as well. But yeah, to me, I noticed that market just felt totally mispriced, and I want to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Hulk agrees with you, says, I don't get those prices. We've got our guy Who Hames in here. What is up, Who Hames? Great to see you in here. He says Bears plus 6.5 is nutty stuff. And Hulk with the good call, shout out there. Monangai does match up well against the Packers. I think that could actually be a sneaky DFS play as well, because he's really cheap on DFS. So God, they were so impressive against the Eagles defense on Black Friday. The run game. Obviously Ben Johnson, just is just a mad scientist, mad genius, but their run game looks so freaking good. So I'm intrigued by that. But I'm waiting for Komet, Zacchaeus, Vultures. Yeah, that's fair.
100%.
Absolutely.
Durham Smythe is getting a touchdown in this game.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let me find my next pick is for the man, the myth, Mike Robb in chat. Hopefully he's still listening here. What is Isaiah's likely place? It's 3-1. Mike Robb, I'm going to bet that just for you. Likely 3-1. He's saying the sheet don't lie. He has scored the last 3 times against the Steelers at home, but we know when they get in the red zone, Lamar likes to go to his tight ends. So and likely did almost get a touchdown against the Bengals, which was like a tight end funnel. It just kind of went out of the end zone, didn't work. But I do like that, Mike. So I like likely at 3-1. What's your next one? Oh, he said always listening. Appreciate you, Mike.
So,
oh, of course you are. We appreciate you. And
so
Jeff says, why don't we talk about this? Because that does suck for us and me in the best ball bags in week 14. But no, why don't you answer this question, being the ball knower in the family here? No, how does a Dunze being out here change the Bears game plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think in an easier matchup, I think they would maybe focus more on the run. I just don't know if they can fully do that against the Packers, particularly back and forth or if they're down. So I think it helps all the other passing guys more, Burden and Loveland the most. And the backs will get more involvement, maybe even some through the passing game. But I think Burden, he's just had a bigger role last couple of weeks, and he's just super talented. So I think he could really be a focal point this week, and Loveland as well. I mean, Loveland's been a little bit more inconsistent than we'd like, but another guy, just so much raw talent, and they need them to step up with the Dunze being out. So I think Ben Johnson, and these are two guys Ben Johnson targeted and really wanted. So I just believe that they are scheming them up for, honestly, maybe the Bears' biggest game of the year. I mean, they win this game, they kind of win the division.
Yeah, I know, right? Kix agrees with you. Jeff says, thank you. These are shout outs to you, Steve. Eddie says, I need to find some Adam Thielen props. I pray the Steelers use him. How much do you think he'll get used? I guess this is obviously his first game, but they need him. They need some help.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine a ton, though. We did see Brandon Cooks get a couple targets last week. First game with the Bills. We saw Tyler Lockett first game with the Raiders get some targets, but that was a little different. He'd been with Geno before, been with Pete Carroll before. But yeah, I mean, I think, look, apparently him and Rodgers are good friends.
Golfers, but always golfing in Tahoe, right? I mean,
so, and I don't care what you think of Rodgers. He is light years of an upgrade over the quarterbacks that the Vikings have been throwing out there this year. I just don't know how many snaps he'll get. My guess he'll be 10 to 20 snaps tops. But yeah, I think they'll try and get him maybe a couple targets. So that'll be fun, and hopefully down the stretch he could.
Let's warm him up week 14, and then if we push any Adam Thielen teams through, let him be the low-owned vet that helps our best ball bags. And then shout out to you, Steve, giving Mike Robb, you locking in any Lockett TDs? You locking in a Lockett TD this week, Steve?
I mean, I might. The matchup's tough, but Raiders are going to be playing from behind. Geno's probably going to drop back 50 times this game.
We're not advocating for a Lockett touchdown, but if it helps Steve's best ball bags, I'm all for it. King Schuster in here. Good to see you. King Schuster was in a lot during the best ball season. How's the night going? Going well. Trying to find some winners in the props, touchdowns, parlays. Just built a lotto that we putting in our Discord. So good to see you, King Schuster. Hopefully your week 14 sweat goes well for the best ball playoffs. And Hulk smashed the Loveland 2 TDs before the Rome news. Okay, who went last? Was it me or you? You did the Bears rookies. I am definitely betting Monongai. I absolutely love that. All right, I am trying to debate my next one. What is Allen's anytime touchdown price? Because this just feels like the game that he does run for 2.
Minus 175.
Okay, then that's not what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, a lot are like the James Cooks, the Achans, that kind of stuff. They are going to be super juiced. So I already gave out Higgins. Likely, love your Monongai. I'm just going to give out one more I'll go 2 more of plus money receivers. I hope for best ball bags, Jonathan Taylor has a hat trick, or at least 1 or 2. But Steve mentioned Warren. You could get him at plus 150. I kind of like a bomb or doing either Pittman or Pierce. You get 2-1 or plus 220, or Brenton Strange. I feel like there are some really kind of more long shot touchdowns in that game, and again, while I hope Jonathan Taylor has a hat trick or at least one or two, I don't mind some of these other long shots. Brenton Strange plus 320, Michael Pittman plus 200, Alec Pierce plus 220. Again, this is kind of like what we're considering. Again, what we land on, we will send on Substack tomorrow and post in Discord tomorrow. Christian Watson, again, he got it last week. Unless it is both Reed and, Matthew Golden really didn't do anything in the touchdown department. Correct me if I'm wrong, before he got injured. So that doesn't really scare me. Christian Watson came back way before any of us thought and has already kind of been a touchdown machine. So Christian Watson, I'm getting his price right now, is, sorry for the delay there. Okay, Christian Watson is plus 180. So almost 2-1. And so that is probably my other favorite. I wanted to mention those Colts and Jags because, again, I do kind of like that game too. So Steve, did you want to talk build a fun Bengals Bills parlay? What did you want to do to wrap up though?
I had a couple more touchdowns.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Whoopsies.
So first, I mentioned Bucky, but I also want another Bucks player. I like Mbuka, but I'll go Chris Godwin just because you're getting better odds on it, plus 190. He got an end zone target last week. I just feel like this is a matchup. They're going to warm him up. Bucks have a lot to play for. And, I think Baker's pissed. This team, with the Panthers winning, they have to keep winning essentially. So I like targeting that. I'll just give a couple more touchdowns that I'm interested in. You mentioned Brenton Strange. I also like Jacoby Myers. No Sauce Gardner. Jacoby Myers has gotten more and more involved these last couple of weeks, even with Brian Thomas Jr. back, even with Brenton Strange back. I think him and Trevor Lawrence are kind of developing as kind of a nice little combo here. And, Colts secondary is where you attack them. So I like Jacoby Myers plus 190. Then my final thing is another market that I feel is totally off. Everyone is plus money for the Vikings, including Aaron Jones plus 145, Justin Jefferson plus 155. These are all DraftKings. Jordan Addison 230, Jordan Mason 235, TJ Hawkinson 310.
Yeah, but do you trust JJ McCarthy to get them in scoring range?
So this is the thing. It's bad offense versus bad defense. The Washington defense has given up at least 24 points, I believe, 9 games this year. That's a lot. And I just and we've also seen some mega games like Cowboys putting up 44, Falcons putting up 34, Lions putting up 44, Seahawks putting up 38. So do I think the Vikings do that? No. But do I think that they can put up 24, 27, 28? Yeah. So that could be 3-4 touchdowns easily out
I could
there.
see
And it's just
24, maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe 3. So I don't know if I see 4 or 5.
I think 2. I don't think the Vikings are getting shut out. I don't think the Vikings are only kicking field goals. I think they're going to get a couple touchdowns. And when everyone's plus money against a bad defense, I'm going to be interested. It is also in Minnesota. If Aaron Jones was out, then Jordan Mason is the smash, but he's not. I don't know if I go back to Jordan Mason or if I say, hey, Justin Jefferson plus 155, he still gets 10 targets. Basically,
and again, Washington secondary.
All right. Secondary. I think that's how I approach it.
All right. Let's answer the man's question here. Steve, any college picks for tonight before King Schuster heads out? And by the way, King Schuster, thank you so much for joining us. Again, good luck in your week 14. Any college picks for the man?
I don't. I haven't done much in terms of college betting of late. But
who do you like? Who do you like for tomorrow?
Well, the games do start tonight. So my lean. I don't even know what the spreads are, so I don't want to give it in terms of spreads. My JMU plays tonight against Troy, so I'm going to go JMU tonight.
Okay.
Tulane versus North Texas.
Yeah, that's like a big one.
Yeah. Tomorrow, the big ones. BYU is a good team, but I think Texas Tech is going to win. I like Georgia over Alabama, and I like UVA over Duke.
Oh yeah, we can't see the Virginia ones. I'm in Virginia visiting my parents, and I can't see Virginia ones. That's a weird little FanDuel thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
interesting.
And then
Yeah,
I will say,
I was like,
I think
"Where's
it could go.
JMU? Where's UVA?" Okay, I forgot UVA is
I,
playing Duke. Okay, go ahead.
I think it could go either way, and I believe Ohio State's favored me by like a field goal, but I would probably take Indiana in the points. I
Oh,
think,
plus 156. Or
um,
if they cover plus 4.5.
okay, four and a
Um,
half. Oh, I definitely get a 4.5. If it's over a field goal, I think that's really good for Indiana because I think it's a close game.
I root for Signetti. He's got
Yeah.
Pitt ties. He actually coached at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where our parents and I went to school. So I'm a Signetti fan. So I'm rooting for Indiana. All right, let's catch up with chat and then build one parlay to get on out of here. That's why I brought FanDuel over here. Let's see. Okay, we talked about Thielen mattering in best ball playoffs is inevitable. Lips to God's ears. Hopefully that happens for us because I'll somehow accidentally push through some Thielen teams somehow. 26. Okay. Who Hames is playing the different quarter contest. 26 burden in the fourth quarter contest. That's awesome. Who Hames. High of 11 in Green Bay this weekend. Oh, very nice. King Schuster likes Ravens Super Bowl odds. I don't know if I like that one, but hey, we all got our long shots that we like. I just hate the Eagles. I bet Eagles to miss the playoffs, but that took a hit last night with Dallas losing. So they just look broken to me. But Godwin can't drop another touchdown, right? Coolers agrees. Don't mind Pittman plus 200 or better.
Jeff's question about Wicks.
Oh, yes. My bad. Thank you. Was Weeks a 1 week wonder? I don't have interest in this week. What do you think?
Kind of, because I think for at least Golden is back. I don't know if Reed will be back. So definitely watch the injury thing. I think Wicks earned himself still a bit of a role, but I just think it's definitely going to be Watson and probably Dubs 1-2. I know Wicks got more than Dubs last week in terms of targets and stuff, but I still think Dubs is just out there more. He's a good run blocker. They just really like him overall. So I think it is now just a little too crowded in terms of any sort of like props or anything for Wicks. But he'll probably be out there in 30% of the time, something like that.
Okay. I got one. Can't drop another TD. Don't mind Pittman 200 or better in the other side of that Jags game. You covered some college picks, and good luck to everyone in this week 14 as we make a push for the best ball playoff. Steve and I will do some kind of best ball playoff preview show, kind of like who's low owned, the matchups, that kind of stuff. Look for what day and time that is next week, obviously. But the sweat really begins this week. JJ shows he can be garbage for 3 quarters and then turn it on. Okay. Oh, Jamie, we always love Jamie and his content. We dropped our season finale on IDP Center. It's already at 8K views. That's awesome, Jamie. Congrats. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, now we need a World Cup bracket breakdown, Steve.
That would be tough.
No, congrats on that, Jamie. That's amazing. And his biggest was 25K with Scott Bogman as a guest. So that is very, very, very awesome. Very cool. Congratulations. Love, streamers supporting streamers. And, Jamie has been so supportive of us with all his bangers. I can't wait to see our new open next week. All right, Steve, let's build a parlay. We already built the lotto with Tyler. Let's build like a fun game parlay to round it out. Do you want to do Bengal? I pulled this up, Bengals Bills, or is there another game you really would rather do?
Would you want to do one each for Bengals Bills and Colts Jags? I think those are the 2 most interesting games.
Yeah. Why don't we just build one together?
Okay.
And then we'll tweak it, what we land on that we actually send out. I'll start first that, it's the same for me. I think Burrow, does what he wants, and their pass rate over expectation is insane. So what's your next one? It can correlate or whatever.
Yeah. For me, it is the Chase Brown. I think that's the most mispriced part of the game right now.
Yeah, so part of our lotto goes in here, but maybe more closer to their line. So Chase Brown 80 plus rush receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. Okay, then did you want to go Allen passing plus rushing, or what do you like for? I mean, or just Allen. I mean, rushing touchdowns so juiced. I mean, it's only going to be Josh Allen, James Cook that you can trust. You can say that Kincaid plays, but I doubt they even have lines for Kincaid yet, right? I mean, let's see, receiving. Yeah, they don't have a line yet for Kincaid. I mean, we're not putting it in now, so we could wait and just say, oh, we'll do like a Kincaid if he's active and put that, though we might not know that till Sunday either. But obviously, Kincaid / Knox has a great matchup.
Yeah, he's got the best matchup. So I am guessing Kincaid plays. So I would want to do this with Kincaid.
Yeah, so we'll add this for tomorrow. Hopefully, he has a line tomorrow.
Yeah.
But do you add like, James Cook? Do you add Josh Allen? What do you do here?
Yeah,
you could do Cook rush receiving.
Yeah, if we're doing Kincaid, then I think we do Cook. And I mean, would target it still rush receiving, but
I think so too. Yeah. Like I know it's juiced, but like if you did Josh Allen anytime, James Cook rush receiving, Chase Brown 80+ rush receiving, Joe Burrow throw in like a Kincaid just around his line, it's probably gonna be like 20-1. So
yeah,
I kind of think that's fun. I'm gonna write this down just so again we'll tweak it, massage it, tweak it, and send it out tomorrow in our parlays on or on Substack and Discord. But Burrow 275. Allen ATD, Chase Brown 80, rush receiving, James Cook. And then Kincaid. Okay, now let's do a team parlay here for the Jags Indy game. Let's see. Is that 1 or 4? That's 1, 2. Okay. So you go first, Steve.
I'm gonna go. I think I will start with Tyler Warren. 60+.
60.
Yeah, 50. You're on FanDuel. What is his 50?
50's -140. 60's +118.
Yeah, they're better numbers on DK. 60 is +120. 50 is -132. So.
Okay, so just what do you want me to put in for now? We're just building it for numbers.
Do 60.
Okay, then I will do. What do you do for Jonathan Taylor? You got to do something for Jonathan Taylor. I mean, his touchdown's so juiced. Do you do 2 touchdowns? Do you do rushing? Do you do rush receiving? 1 touchdown's -240.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns +250. What do you do?
I think you approach it rushing.
I mean, it's like close to 100.
No, I know.
He's been getting some work in the receiving game, protects game script. I don't know if I mind that.
I mean, 120 rush receiving is -102 on DK.
Yeah, I'll just put this in for now. 115 over rush receiving. Okay, so we got 2 Colts. Now let's look at the Jags side of things. I kind of liked his call about the Trevor Lawrence rushing. I know you don't love quarterback rushing as much, but he has been running a lot more.
No, I agree because he, something like it's been over 20 rushing in like 4 of the last 7 games or something like that. So
yeah, 20 rushing is +154. I really like that look. Okay, and then if you had to pick one person on the Jags side, who would it be as far as a prop or a touchdown?
I think it's either Strange or Myers.
I like Strange better, but let's look at both of their lines here. So Strange is Myers is 52.5 is the line. Strange is 44.5.
Let's go Strange line, just not even pushing it.
I mean, that's pretty freaking fun, I think. Warren 60, Jonathan Taylor over rush receiving line, Lawrence 20 rushing, Brenton Strange over 44.5 receiving line, 17-1. I think that's pretty fun. So yeah, I like that. Let me just get out here, catch up with chat, and then we can head on out of here for week 14. Don't forget 9:30 tonight, Degen Dads will be coming your way. I believe they're still on. I know Bernie had something going on the other night, so I will double check, but Degen Dads tonight at 9:30. Jamie says, stay away from the Browns Titans game parlay SGP unless you want to do all unders. That is absolutely true. Fan and overs is probably the only one you do, or Judkin 3 TDs. Yeah, that's a good point. Good luck, Kicks. Good luck to you as well. Huhain, 33. Huhain says 33.5 game total is wild stuff. That is absolutely. I know scoring's down again this year, but holy moly, 33.5. Yeah. That's going to be a rough watch. But hey, I say this as Tyler's talking about, like ready for best ball playoffs, ready for playoffs. I'm ready for best ball playoffs and playoffs, but I get so depressed like conference championship weekend and Super Bowl, because I'm like, no, I would literally rather watch Browns Titans than watch any other sport. And so this makes me, I won't sit and watch the Browns Titans, but I would literally watch a 33.5 game total instead of any other sport. But Huhaim says Myers is a young Lockett. It makes sense. I want to bet Garrett 3+ sacks. That seems fair, Huhaims.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first and foremost for me, good luck to everybody in here. First of all, thank you so much for joining us, for hitting that like button, for dropping in some of the props that you guys are considering this week on this week 14 prop party. And good luck week 14, because we know most of you are in the best ball streets. Good luck getting that playoff push to see what you're going to be rooting on in the best ball playoffs starting next week. It's hard to believe it's already here. Steve and I will do some kind of best ball playoff preview next week. Look for a day and time on that. Final thoughts for the people, Steve.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Also, good luck to those who we know in the Dog Bowl this weekend.
Yes, good shout out. Good shout out. Chad Candles, Charles. Yeah. Do we know anybody else that's in our chats that those are the two? Those are the two I'm rooting for. I might have to tweet that out. That's my fandom for the best ball. I don't know the whole. How many is it? Like 200 entries or
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually know the whole like roster, I'm sure. And they do a lot of great content, Underdog Fantasy, that is. So check out like the Underdog YouTube, because they do a ton of amazing, and the Badge Bros. They do so much amazing content this weekend. So I'll be sure to watch that. There could be some other people I'm, rooting for, but Chad Candles, Charles, Go Easy Cards. That's who we're rooting for. Hulk says, are they streaming this year? I just know they do a lot of content from there. From wherever it is
streaming, but definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, they do. They just do a ton of content, both like on Twitter and Underdog Network on YouTube and everything. So yeah, keep the eyes out for that. They usually do a ton of great content. So but good call. Anything else for week 14, Steve?
No, good luck to everyone. Hope both with the best ball rates and like Huhaim said, the fourth quarter and things like that. And just everything in general, like bets, props, DFS, everything. So,
okay. Huhaim says, I heard they are, but haven't confirmed. Or at least there's a leaderboard to root on the Dog Bowl. That's good. That's awesome. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Good luck in week 14 for the best ball playoff push. For our Substack subs, look for a lot of posts tomorrow. Steve's DFS, our bets, our parlays, all the good stuff. And it'll be in Discord too. So check that out. And yeah, good luck to Chad, Candles, and Charles for sure. All right. For Steve, I'm Meg. Have a great week 14. Let's make some money, and we'll see you next time.
It ain't just the wins, it's the ride, the vibe. Degen Dads forever, keep the dream alive. Degen Dads, Friday night bangers. Touchdown props flying like a Vegas Ranger. From best ball streets to the prop bet throne. Stacking green tickets, we never grind alone. Degen Dads, turn the slate to gold. High risk, high reward, watch the story unfold.